Well, tonight, joining me in the GBNews pub on Talking Pints is world-famous musician and original member of the Jackson 5, Tito Jackson. Tito, welcome.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to this side of the pond. It's good to see you in the UK.
Thanks for inviting me here.
Now, clearly, you wearing a bowler hat, I mean, you've got to be a bit of an Anglophile, I'm guessing.
I've been wearing this thing for 25 years, and I went into a hattery here on James Street, I believe it was.
Yep.
I tried on the bowler, and I fell in love with it, and I've been wearing it ever since.
What do the Americans make of a bowler hat?
They call it a derby there. I'm probably the only American that wears this.
You probably are. Well, there are not many people in this country wear them anymore.
No kidding.
No, they did, but it's sort of, I don't know, hats kind of, they've got out of fashion, but maybe
I can.
You can bring it back.
That would be great.
Maybe you can bring it back.
If I can help.
Well, we'd be delighted. Now, I can remember you from when I was, well, in fact, I was not tall enough to see over this table because the Jackson 5, it was a mega hit.
Yes.
In America, but on this side of the pond, it was a mega hit, and we were all fascinated by it. And you were also energetic, and the program, it kind of conveyed happiness.
Yes, well, I remember the very first time the Jackson 5 came to the UK, and we were on a flight from Los Angeles, and the pilot came on and told us it was 10,000 screaming fans at the airport, and had asked all the passengers to basically let us disembark first. And we left the airplane and went into the airport, and it was total chaos. I've never been so rushed and excited. I mean, it's a scary feeling, but it's a fun feeling at the same time, so you don't know how to feel.
And what age were you when this was all happening?
About 16.
But that's a lot to cope with at a very young age, isn't it? That level of fame.
Yeah, but we were used to a little bit of that, but when we came here, it was really...
So the Brits went absolutely mad for it.
It was crazy here. And we had fans all over the street, around the hotel, everything. It was great acceptance by the European fans.
Well, you know something? When it comes to music and art and culture and all of these things, the Brits and the Americans, we kind of enjoy many of the same things.
Yes, we do. We speak in the same language, and we like the same type of music,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no, we do. And growing up, I mean, there were 10 of you.
Yes.
10 kids. There must have been a few little arguments that happened between you, but generally, was it a happy...
It was a very happy family. We're no different than any other family, yours or whoever. Yeah. We brothers, we had our little bickers, and we had our fun times, and that's still going on today, forever. You brothers, you're not ashamed to say this about that one or that one about whatever. You just let it hang out. That's what we did.
But this musical talent, I mean, how was it discovered?
Well, we started singing a little country and western harmony, myself and my brother Jackie and Jermaine. With my mother, she washed dishes, and we singing these background little parts that we had learned from Three Stooges. Hello, 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 hello. We learned how to do that, and they converted to singing this country song. My father was a musician. He played blues over the weekend. I'd sneak his guitar and play it for months. He never knew it. I broke the string because he had told the boys, "Don't you touch my guitar when I go to work." Saying that to a kid, it's like saying, "You could touch my guitar when I go to work."
Yeah. So did you own up to it?
I started crying when he said, "Who broke this string?" So he knew. He said, "Go in the room." I went in the room. He followed me there and, put me back out there with the rest of the family and put the guitar in my lap and said, "Show me what you know." I was playing and crying. And he looked over at my mother and said, "Kate, this boy can play something, huh?" She said, "I told you, Joe, he's not playing with your guitar. He really wants to learn how to play." My father said, "I tell you what, boy, you can have this here guitar. I'll buy myself another one when I get paid.
Fantastic.
But I want you to learn every song on the radio and practice hard." So that's what I did. And my other brothers singing with us. We singing Temptations, Michael, Marlon, Babies. On the ground, rolling cars, hollering, vroom, vroom. Can I be in the group? No, you're too young. You're just a baby. You're not in the group. We heard Michael sing at the elementary school, and he was so fantastic. We rushed him home. You're in the group. Me too, Marlon said. Yeah, you too. So,
Because, I mean, the Jackson 5 went on for a long time, didn't it?
Yeah, we went on about 6, 7 years prior to being discovered by Motown.
Yes.
Yes.
And that was a big, big moment, obviously.
Yes, we used to open up for Etta James and James Brown, the Shy-Lights, and other professional groups. And finally, my father convinced us to go and give an audition to Motown because we had a choice to do the David Frost show or audition for Barry. Barry walked over to us after the audition set. He didn't show any expression. We're playing and singing and dancing, trying to do our best, and he's just there. We're looking, trying to see if he's patting his feet. Is he doing something that's showing excitement? So after we finished our numbers, he walked over and said, I'm taking your first 3 songs, number 1. We couldn't believe our ears, you know, and he said, matter of fact, tomorrow I'm having a party for Diana Ross, and I want you guys to perform. I'm having a party at my pool. So here we are performing at the pool, and in the audience is Smokey, The Miracles, Temptations, Diana Ross, Martha Reeves, and Vandella.
And you can't believe it.
And we're singing their songs to them.
Fantastic.
And it's like being judged. And
it's fantastic.
They enjoyed it.
But amazing success. And then, of course, Michael went on to become this phenomenal global superstar.
Michael has always been very, very talented and genius in his work. He loves it. I've never seen a person that loves show business more than Michael Jackson. He can get into a song and not leave it until it's completed, or whether it's a song or stage or whatever. He's just a workaholic when it comes to that type of thing. He wanted to be the very best.
Mm-hmm. But he was.
Yes, thank you.
No, he was. I mean, you know, he was, as I say, he was a global superstar on a level that is very, very rarely seen. I mean, astonishing record sales.
Constantly on the radio.
Well, it's there all the time still, isn't it?
All the time.
Yes.
And even in times like this, you know, interviews or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming anyone.
I'm sorry, but I...
No, there's nothing to be sorry about. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Now, America. I've got to talk to you about America because, you know, I think in many ways in this country, I think we look up to America. You know, we tend to follow many American fashions and much of what goes on in America. And right now, looking at America, it looks very, very divided. We see reports of crime going up in the cities. It doesn't feel as though America's that happy a place.
Well, you know, whenever you're living a life or whatever, going through life, you expect things to get better and better and better and better. And every once in a while, you might have a stumble or two. And I think America will be back on track. As a matter of fact, they're getting back on track now. It's a matter of time. This didn't happen overnight. We're not going to fix it overnight. But America is still America. America is still a loving, caring country. And you're absolutely right. Not only do you guys look up to us, but we look up to you guys. I mean, we love your cars like the Bentley and the so it's hard to get away from.
Yeah, but it does.
Connection.
But no, that's right. It is a very, very strong connection, and it has been for a very long time. We had a bit of trouble back in 1812, but I think we've moved on from that. So you feel that these divisions in America, as I said, the violence, the rise of violence in the cities, I mean, they're quite disturbing. The opioid deaths. I mean, some of these things are disturbing, but you feel America can get itself back on track.
It has to, you know, because it's all about loving one another, and that's what my new project is about. My album,
yes,
is the title song with Stevie Wonder and my brother is "Why Can't We Love One Another?" It's not just speaking to America, but speaking to the world. So,
yeah. Now you're really active, and I see that you launched a single earlier on this summer, and you've got an album,
yes,
at the moment, and there's all sorts of people appearing and working with you in this album.
Yes, yes, I've had collaborations with Joe Bonamassa, Stevie Wonder, George Benson, Eddie Levert from the OJs, my brother Marlon. So I did this album during the COVID time, and I was trying to figure out what would be a good song especially after seeing all the chaos that was happening in America in January after the elections, storming of the Capitol. And I just felt we need to tell people to remember to love one another. And if we can remember that, that's the first step. You know, we can grow from there.
Do you get yourself involved in American politics, or do you keep as far out of it as you can? I mean, how do you... Because people must ask you all the time.
The closest I get to politics is in the music. You know, I try to spread peace and love and harmony and those type of things. But as far as hands-on politics, no, I'm not a Kanye West or anything like that.
No, well, that was all a bit bizarre, wasn't it, really? Kind of running for president, and, I mean, what did you think he was doing?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I guess he knows, but I don't know.
But he's a talented guy, yeah?
He's very talented. Yes, he's very talented. And I just think my place is in the music business. I can spread the message, show love and peace through music. And
you love music, you know, blues, your guitar, singing. You love music that we can actually listen to, music we can understand what the words are. And you know where I'm going with this. Yeah. What do you make of some of the modern music? I mean, some of the really drill music, with its aggressive language.
When I listen to some of the music today, it is a turn off. But when I listen to some of the music today, it's a turn on. Because we have artists like Bruno Mars, who's excellent. I mean, this young man come out with some excellent songs. And I enjoy his craft. But then you can have another artist, I don't want to mention names.
No, sure.
Totally, you don't even want to play this music around your children.
Well, that's the point I was making.
Exactly.
I mean, it's aggressive, it's violent, it's, some of it, incredibly anti-women.
They have totally flipped it, and it's sad because that can be controlled like everything else is, you know, but people want to make that dollar. And it seems like the bad stuff sells more than the good stuff, so what can I say?
And in terms of selling, you know, I mean, the old days of people going out and buying vinyl records, of course, you know, we've moved on and it's online. And from what I can understand, for musicians now, it's the live performances that really is where the income is.
Live performances, that's what most musicians are looking forward to. You know, our album is nothing more than a commercial. Well, the Jacksons has 2 or 3 million. I think, I don't have that many. I just piggyback off them.
Speaking in my ear because she's from that part of the world.
Yeah? Oh, wow.
You like Wolverhampton Wanderers? Wow. So are you going to go and see them at Molineux?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. On the 2nd, I'll be there. They're playing Newcastle, and I'm going to be at the game. I'm hoping to go on the pitch and maybe talk to the fans.
Oh, fantastic. And it's funny, you know, because NFL now comes over here, and this kind of developed a following really quite quickly. But soccer in America, I was obviously before lockdown, I was in New York. And when the English Premier League games were on, you know, like on a Saturday, and this is like 10 in the morning, New York time, and the bars were just overflowing with people watching Premier League. And you get into a taxi now. You know, I might get a DC or whatever, I get into a taxi, and you know, the first question the cabbie asks is, "You English?" I say, "Yeah." "Which team do you support?" I mean, soccer's really caught on in America, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I look at generations like my kids, you know, they all play soccer since this big. When I was a little boy like that, it was all about baseball or football. American
say football, but soccer side are the best in the world. And I'm guessing if America takes this game seriously, you're going to be looking at the World Cup in a few years and thinking maybe we can win this.
Well, possibly.
Because Americans do like winning, don't they?
They like to be competitive.
Yeah, I'd noticed.
Yeah.
I'd noticed. Well, look, I have to say it's a real pleasure you coming in, Tito.
Thanks for having me.
And talking. No, not a little bit. I'm going to wish Wolves well against Newcastle when you go to the game. And if you can bring back the bowler hat as a fashion item in this country, that would be a pretty considerable achievement. Well, that was Tito Jackson, and I hope you all enjoyed him being here with us today.